Do you struggle with staying focused and productive in a world full of distractions? In this video, we delve into the ancient philosophy of Stoicism to discover powerful techniques on how to get your brain to focus and achieve mental clarity. Lesson 1. Make sure your surroundings are quiet. In keeping with Stoicism, our interior state is greatly influenced by our exterior surroundings. It is easy for the turmoil and noise of the outside world to seep into our minds and impair our capacity for concentration. Establishing a calm environment around ourselves is the first step towards developing attention. We have no influence over the perceptions that other people have of us, and trying to do so just weakens our moral fiber. This idea applies not only to perceptions, but also to outside distractions that we come across. Although we might not have control over every sound or disruption, we do have power over how we react to them. Reducing outside distractions is the first step towards creating a calm atmosphere. This could entail setting limits with others, locating a quiet workspace, or shutting off notifications. Silence becomes a haven in a noisy world, allowing your mind to relax and concentrate on the things that really count. Silence is much more than just blocking out outside sounds. It also entails calming down our inner chatter, which is the incessant clamor of our fears, anxieties, and thoughts. The practice of mindfulness, which enables us to notice our thoughts without becoming engrossed in them, is something that Stoicism supports. We can learn to still our minds and return our focus to the here and now by becoming conscious of the commotion in our minds. You can focus better if you maintain a peaceful environment both inside and outside of yourself. A tranquil setting allows your mind to focus entirely on the subject at hand. This marks the beginning of using your brain's concentrate capacity. Lesson 2. Do one thing at a time. Many people consider multitasking to be an essential talent, but Stoicism shows us that concentrating on one task at a time leads to true attention. The Stoics realized that when our brains are concentrated on one thing, as opposed to being split among several, they function at their best. Being everywhere means being nowhere. We fail to give any task the complete attention it requires when we try to multitask because our attention is divided. In addition to resulting in subpar work, this split concentration raises stress levels and causes mental exhaustion. We need to practice the discipline of single tasking if we are to become adept at the art of focus. This entails focusing entirely on one task at a time and making a commitment to it. You enable your brain to go into a deep level of focus when you single task, which improves your ability to think clearly, solve problems efficiently, and generate higher caliber work. Time management and prioritization are the keys to the solution. Understanding what is vital and allocating our time and energy properly are skills that Stoicism teaches us. You can accomplish a lot without being overwhelmed if you prioritize your most critical chores and work on them one at a time. When we focus on one job at a time, we can achieve a state of flow, in which we become totally absorbed in what we are doing, lose track of time, and feel immensely satisfied. Productivity and creativity flourish in this state of flow, which we can only reach when we focus entirely on one job at a time. It's crucial to understand that single tasking also entails stifling the need to abruptly switch between tasks. We may find ourselves checking our phones or switching between projects because our brains are programmed to seek novelty. We learn the virtue of discipline and self-control from Stoicism. We may refocus on the task at hand by engaging in mindfulness practices and being aware of when we begin to stray. Lesson 3. Avoid overdoing it. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on understanding our limitations and not taking on more than we can handle. It is simple to get caught up in the trap of attempting to do too much in our quest of productivity. We overcommit ourselves to work because we think that productivity is a sign of success. But this way of thinking can cause tension, fatigue, and inattention. Letting rid of the obligation to satisfy everyone's expectations or please everyone is encouraged by Stoicism. We frequently take on too much out of a concern of disappointing other people or falling short of social expectations. The Stoics do, however, warn us that we have no control over the beliefs or expectations of others. The way we choose to handle our own lives and how we react to them is something we can control. Realistic goal setting and job prioritization help us stay focused and steer clear of the dangers of overcommitting. This is not to say that we should avoid obstacles. Rather, it means that we should face them head-on and purposefully. We may accomplish more with more efficacy and focus when we do less. The key to not trying to do too much is to develop self-awareness and discernment. It's important to realize that productivity is determined by the level of attention we give each activity rather than by the quantity of tasks accomplished. This is a Stoic philosophy that we might apply to achieve a more purposeful and happy life. Lesson 4. Adhere to the present. The value of living in the present is one of Stoicism's major lessons. The present is the only period of time that we actually have influence over, according to the Stoics. While the past is gone and the future is unpredictable, we can still act and make important decisions in the here and now. We need to practice being present in the moment if we want to focus well. Restrict yourself to the here and now. This straightforward yet wise counsel tells us to stop worrying about the past or the future and instead concentrate on what is happening at that moment. We are unable to focus entirely on the task at hand when our thoughts are preoccupied with what may have been or what has already happened. Mindfulness, or the discipline of being totally aware of the current moment without passing judgment, is necessary for staying in the now. Being mindful enables us to notice our sensations and ideas without becoming consumed by them. We can stop our thoughts from straying and redirect our attention to what really matters by grounding our awareness in the here and now. Regular meditation is one approach to develop mindfulness. Meditating for even a short while each day can assist your brain become more attentive and in the moment. When your mind wanders during meditation, you practice returning it to your breath or a particular object of focus. You can use this technique to regular work and be present and focused in all you do. Letting up of the impulse to direct the future is another aspect of living in the present. The Stoics argued that although we can shape the course of events by the things we do, we have no control over the future. Thinking on the future merely serves to take our attention away from the tasks at hand. By staying present-minded, we can avoid becoming paralyzed by fear or conjecture and instead take purposeful acts that are consistent with our beliefs and objectives. To be in the present moment means to give your all to whatever task at hand. Give it your whole focus, whether you are working on a project, interacting with loved ones, or just taking a moment to yourself. You will improve your attention and live a more meaningful and fulfilling life by doing this. Being mindful and purposeful in the present moment is what it means to stay in the now. It's about turning off the outside world and concentrating on what's right in front of you. You may teach your brain to focus more efficiently and lead a more involved and meaningful life by putting this Stoic idea into practice. Lesson 5. Enhance your cognitive focus. The Stoics realize that in order for the mind to function at its peak, it must be exercised and conditioned, much like a muscle. You have to deliberately assist your brain in becoming more focused. This entails setting up the ideal environment for concentration and engaging in mental workouts that improve focus. Creating a habit is one of the first stages to improving your brain's ability to concentrate. Establishing routines can improve focus and lessen mental exhaustion because they provide structure and consistency. Your brain can prepare appropriately when you follow a timetable and understands what to expect from each endeavor. By doing this, you may make decisions with less cognitive strain and approach your work with more clarity and concentration. The Stoics held that the body and the mind are one, and that mental clarity depends on bodily health. Focus maintenance depends on a healthy diet, regular exercise, and enough sleep. Your brain functions at its best and can concentrate more easily when your body is in good health. The value of mental toughness was another point of emphasis for the Stoics. Although there are many obstacles and diversions in life, Stoic strength is characterized by the capacity to maintain concentration in the face of difficulty. Setting specific goals will aid in improving your brain's ability to concentrate. The Stoics advocated leading a clear and purposeful life. Your mind automatically concentrates on what you have clearly defined as your objective or goal. Establish your goals carefully, and then periodically remind yourself of them. This will assist you in avoiding distractions and helping you concentrate on what really important. Establishing routines, maintaining your physical well-being, engaging in focus exercises, developing mental toughness, and making clear aims can all help you become more focused and successful in all facets of your life. Concentration is a skill that can be developed and improved via discipline and practice. It is not something that just happens. The tenets of Stoicism provide insightful guidance on how to successfully train your brain to focus. You can use your mind's power to achieve your goals and lead a more purposeful life by keeping things quiet around you, focusing on one task at a time, avoiding overcommitting, being present in the moment, and practicing mental concentration techniques. We can manage our thoughts and direct our attention. As Stoicism advises, these lessons are more important than ever in a world where there are many distractions. You can gain the mental clarity and focus required to face life's obstacles with assurance and grace by putting the ideas covered in this screenplay into practice. Recall that focusing is a process rather than a final goal. Practice and constant effort are needed. However, you can learn to control your thoughts and realize your brain's full potential by following the advice of Stoic wisdom.